What? Wait, fuck. Yeah, terrible intro. Sup, people. So today's topic. This is like episode 36, right? I think. Pretty sure something like
Yeah,
that.
it's something like that.
Yeah. Today we are going to talk about morning routines. Um, because I don't know. That's just something I was thinking about earlier. I had like so a little backstory. I had like 2 hours of sleep. Like a few days ago. I think I went to bed at 2 a.m. and then got up at 4. And I was just thinking like, mornings are so much better, even with like lack of sleep. It's like waking up early is just, I don't know. It's so much better than sleeping in my opinion, of
Dude, I
course.
slept like fucking 5 hours yesterday.
Yeah, it was a rough night. But I took it's always fun when you take a nap at like 5 a.m. But yeah. Unrelated. But yeah, so we just want to talk about the importance of actually getting up early. And I'm a big believer in you don't have like set things that you have to do to be successful. Like, you don't have to read a ton to be successful. You don't have to get up early to be successful. You don't have to work every second of the day to be successful. But I do think that like getting up early is really, really beneficial. And like, I think Kevin and I, we've talked about this, but like not getting on your phone in the mornings as well, having some kind of like actual morning routine to go through, which is like super valuable. I
Yeah.
actually don't do too much in terms of a morning routine anymore. I used to, but I've kind of cut that out a little bit. I usually would just like I'll get up at the same time every day, um, and then I'll just go and grind, like get dressed and like go and grind. I don't meditate or anything like that. What
hmm
about you, Kevin?
I mean, mine has changed. Like, it's changed so much. Like, I think in college I was doing like, yeah, I was waking up early, like 6 a.m. And then I would, yeah, do my like all my hygiene stuff, and then I think I would, yeah, go to the gym, and then come back and meditate, and then do all my work. So yeah, so something like that. And
You
like,
still meditate?
no, I stopped. I just, I didn't see the benefits of it. Like,
Yeah.
I was told that like your mind would be more calm. I feel like just I don't know, there's just too much stuff in my life that I can't like my mind is it's just like never calm.
Hmm.
Like what
I
about
feel
you?
it. Yeah, I mean, so I'm really big on just like time spent grinding. And a lot of people are like, you need breaks, you need rest, whatever, whatever. And like sometimes I'll take like a 5 minute, take a walk somewhere, like give my mind like a little bit of a breather or whatever. But I always feel like, if you're just not taking action, then you're kind of just wasting time. And obviously you don't have to work every second of the day, but I like to try to work most of the day. And so I don't know, to me, meditating just doesn't make much sense because it's not grinding and like you get to think a little bit, sure, but you also can like think by talking through what you're doing. Like if you're like, I don't know, if you have like a product, you just like play around with it, think of other features you might want to add, stuff like that. So I don't know, I feel like it's not super productive in my mind. Granted, I've never actually really tried it for a long period of time, but I don't know, I didn't think it's very valuable.
So the whole point of meditation is to like pretty much like make your mind focus on the present. And so like that's done by like so when you meditate like your mind like so if you're like thinking about like all this other shit before like your mind's like racing before you meditate and you start meditating for like you start meditating like meditation basically makes your mind more calm. that's the that's the whole point of it. And like the more calm your mind is, the easier it is for your mind to absorb new information, right? Like
Interesting.
have you ever noticed like when you study like you like you remember more stuff when your mind is like more calm, right? Like when you're in a better environment, like when you're like by yourself in a quiet ass building studying, like you remember so much more because like your mind is calm. There's no one fucking shouting in the fucking dorm. Um, and like, yeah, your mind's just calm. You're not thinking about like other people texting you and stuff. And like you just have like your entire mind is just devoted to studying. And like you ever notice that?
Sort of. Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Actually, so the way I always think of like that specific instance is I find that I do better and I focus better when I'm just not thinking. Like if you don't think thoughts, I don't know, you seem
Yeah.
to just like focus so much better. And I feel like I do better at like
Like
literally
when you don't
everything.
think thoughts, you're focused on the present.
Yeah, it's like when Kevin, like when we would play ping pong all the time. If people don't know, I don't know if we've actually ever mentioned this, but Kevin and I love ping pong. Granted, we haven't played in like a long time, but
Yeah.
we used to play like hundreds of matches. It was great. But But it's like, even when we'd play ping pong, if we were just like having a mindless conversation, not even actually thinking and not focusing on like the ball, I don't know. We always seem to do better. But I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, we're just like we're not serious. We just play. We have a lot better
Yeah.
plays.
I feel like once you like try to like really focus on it and stuff, and like you start thinking too much, it just backfires a lot of the time.
For sure, for sure.
But anyway,
Let's get back
that
to like
yeah.
the morning routine. So yeah, so like I think the question is like why do we do our morning routines? Like why are they so important? Like
Mhm.
I think so let's address a few things we said earlier, right? So like we said like we both like we don't check our phones like first thing in the morning because like but why? Like why should you not check your phone first thing in the morning? And like so I think well depending on what you do in like first thing in the morning, right? Like if you're like because I think so I always say it's like mornings are like the best times to actually study because your mind is most calm like and you have like imagine like you have a fucking energy bar and like you wake up in the morning with 100 like energy, right? Like that is the best time to study because by the time if you're studying like fucking 2 p.m in the like afternoon, like your energy bar might be like 50, and like it's not as efficient studying at that point. So study when you have like a full, when your like brain is like clear, because like when you wake up in the morning, like your brain is so clear because you slept at night. Well, if you slept a good amount of night, like if you slept like 2 hours, like well, you're kind of fucked. But if you sleep a good amount of night, like your brain is more refreshed because like your ATP gets rejuvenated and like all the like, so adenosine like that builds up during your day as you like you think thoughts and like that adenosine gets recycled and then basically like yeah, so mornings are like the best time to study. That's the whole point. And so
Yeah.
that's why like we say don't look at your phone because when you look at your phone in the first thing in the morning and you're checking like Instagram or like Reddit or like all these different social media sites, like it makes your calm mind that you woke up with like start like fluctuating because it's not calm anymore. You're thinking all these different thoughts about you know people online and stuff, and so or people that I mean, and so
Yeah.
that makes your mind not as calm and like when you try studying afterwards, like you notice like there's resistance. There's definitely resistance. You're like, man, I really don't want to study. I want to like keep checking social media and stuff. So like just study first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
That's my take on it.
And I think also, yeah, I think it's like do the important stuff you need to get done like in the morning. And I think also a big part of it is just like your day and your life in general. Uh, I think how the mood that you start out with really sets the mood for the rest of the day. And like I found if I wake up later on, I kind of get frustrated with myself because I'm like I wasn't disciplined enough to like get up when I need to, and so it kind of starts me off in like a frustrated state of mind, and then the whole day ends up being a little bit of a frustration filled day. And so like I think getting up early, at least for me again. This might be specific to me, but like I like getting up early and I want to get up early, and so like when I do, sometimes I'll even just like go outside and like the moon's still up at like 4 a.m. It's dark out. And it's just like I don't know, it's warm and it's cool. And so I don't know, I think I just focus better again because like it's the morning. And also a big part of like sleep schedules is like melatonin related stuff. So I think your body's just really generating melatonin at like 8 to 9 p.m. or something,
I
or
think
8 to 10.
for most people they're like most people are not night owls, so chances are your normal circadian rhythms are tuned so that so the mornings and dusk, right? Like first thing in the morning when you wake up, like if you wake up at 6 a.m., that's perfect timing because your like body is I forgot where I read this, but I read this somewhere, but your body is like primed to actually um like think more effectively during those times. See, that's why you notice. Like, have you ever studied like at night at dusk? Like you notice like your mind is like in a flow state. If you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah,
Like when you study either at the morning or night, like your mind is like
yeah, I get
perfect
that.
state. But like when you study like in the afternoon, your mind is like sort of like groggy and stuff because like your circadian rhythms aren't like um tuned for that. So
I also something I also notice about myself at least is like after I eat, I get super tired. And like this happens like all the time. And I think obviously it depends like what you're eating.
Dude, I
But
know a lot of people like that say that, but like it doesn't
yeah.
happen to me. It's pretty weird.
Yeah, well, I think it probably depends on like what your diet is, and mine's probably a lot worse than yours is. But like, so sometimes to combat that, I'll just take like a 20-minute nap after like lunch or something. So I think that's also probably part of it is like I struggle getting stuff done, occasionally at least, um, in like the afternoons, and I think a lot of it's because it's like after I ate. So actually, recently this has been really bad, but recently I've only had like a one to like maybe two meals a day, because it's
What the
super
fuck?
distracting. Yeah, it's been bad. I've never really like eaten this small amount, but I don't know. I'm just like able to at this point.
It's
So
insane, dude. I can't even go like fucking 10 minutes without eating. I'm
yeah,
just kidding.
gosh, it's like on campus. I was like I was like starving 24/7. I remember, especially like when you get up at 4, and then like what
Yeah,
was
when
it?
you wake up at
Curl
4.
Curl
Mhm.
didn't open until 10, and I was like dying of starvation every day because like it was just like take forever, and I was there for like 6.5 hours by the time the stuff would open. I was like, oh my gosh,
Gotta stock up in snacks, bro. I'm telling you.
yeah, yeah.
Dude,
Oh,
I literally go to Scott. It's a buffet for those who don't know, and like I just take like fucking 5 apples and put it in my room and I eat those
yeah.
in the morning.
Yeah. Honestly, what's really nice is just like, gosh, I wish if only there were like study rooms in Scott. Like, obviously, they'd never do this because it'd be so easy to take advantage of them. But like, imagine if there were study rooms, you just like go get free food at the buffet and then just like study the whole day. And it'd be too nice. There are too many
Dude,
distractions otherwise.
there's people that do that too, though.
Well, I just spent like one day. I spent like a whole day. It was like 8 hours or something just in Scott.
Yeah,
But
I
there's so
remember
many
I saw you
people.
2 times there when I went inside. I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
hey, it's
Same
Andrew.
day. I remember that. But
Yeah. Wait, so what were we talking about? So we were talking about morning routines, and then I said something about like studying in the morning because that's
yeah,
the best
and
time to
we got
study.
on food because I was talking about food making you tired.
Okay.
But yeah, but it's like even people like Jeff Bezos and stuff, they'll do their important stuff in the morning, um, and then like later on in the day, it's kind of less important stuff. And I think that's super valuable. So it's like whatever you deem to be super important, put it in the morning if you can. You know, it's like I'll try to
Yeah.
work on Vera stuff in the mornings most days, and if granted, I work on that stuff throughout the day, but like I try to do most of it in the morning. And if I have other
Yeah.
priorities that day, then it's like that other stuff in that morning.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I like code in the morning at college, right? Like, because I code for like 2 hours in the morning. That's like the equivalent of me coding like 4 hours in the afternoon. So,
Hmm.
like, I know that so I code in the morning, and then like if I have time later on in the day, I'll keep coding. But if I don't, like, I'm totally content, right? Like, I don't feel like any sort of need to keep coding because I did it in the morning. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, actually, so like, when I was teaching myself how to code in high school, that was what I would do is like, 3 to 4 hours in the morning before school would start. And I think that's probably part of the reason that I like ended up getting good. So yeah, I think
Hmm.
mornings are super valuable, and people honestly. So it is really interesting. A lot of the people that do end up waking up super early are often the ones who are pretty successful. Obviously, this isn't true in every case, but I really do think it's a good first step to take. Is just like waking up early. I also think it's really valuable to just like remove all of those distractions because especially if you don't look at your phone, you're not getting any negative feedback from anyone. You're not getting negative stuff from people. um you get to focus on what you want to focus on. You don't have siblings. Like I have 5 siblings, and so I would have tons of distractions. And like my brother just left to go to California, so now it's just me, so it's easier. But also it's like getting up early, you don't have people distracting you, so you can actually just sit and work, grind, get in the flow state without being distracted by people and stuff.
Yeah, dude. The flow state's actually super interesting. It's basically like if your mind is calm enough, you go into a flow state. So that's why I
Hmm.
always just stress like your mind has to be calm when you study. Yeah, calmness. Be
Yeah.
calm, bitch.
Yeah. Gosh, can you imagine like a T-shirt like "Be calm, bitch"? It'd
There are t-shirts that say that.
be so epic. I can only
Hmm.
imagine.
Hmm. What else can we touch on?
um, I mean, I think, you know, there's just like a lot of scientific evidence to a lot of this stuff. Obviously, again, you don't necessarily have to get up early. There are plenty of night owls that are really successful.
Okay, yeah.
Um,
Let me say this. So I think, like a lot of people, they just get up early, for the sake of getting up early. They actually don't even know why they do it. They're just like, I
yeah,
see all these other people do it, like, and they're successful, so I'm gonna do it. I think like just like anything else, you have to really know like why you're doing something. And so I think like we've said this earlier, like about like why you should wake up early. Like why is that important? I think just to like recap like what I said, right? Like so wake up early because you know your circadian rhythms are tuned to like actually do a lot of like the hard mental work in the morning. So like do all the important work in the morning, and so like your mind is also most calm in the morning, so you want to like as I said earlier, your mind is most calm, you can study more effectively, so do that of course. And yeah, I forgot my third point. I had a third point, but
but yeah, it's like mostly it's more about like what you do with all of your time. Because you know you can wake up at 1 in the morning, but if you're not doing anything, then you know.
yeah,
But I think I just from what
like
I've
you
seen,
like if you wake up at like 1 in the morning and play video games, like dude, that's not
yeah.
a good thing.
Yeah, yeah. But it's like I really do think getting up early just like helps you get focused on whatever you want to get focused on. Because the difference from me between like getting up early versus sleeping in is astronomical for the whole day. And honestly, you know, there's something super frustrating about getting up and then looking at the clock and then it's like 12 p.m. and you're like, wow, I'm gonna lose tons of time today. Because yeah, I look at every day as like 16 hours. Like I have 16 hours because I usually try to get a decent amount of sleep. Um, but it's like
Try to, but
six.
then you only sleep
Yeah,
like 5 hours.
yeah. Most of the time it doesn't work out. But like usually I try. Fuck. But it's you know, it's like you have a certain amount of hours per day, and I want to maximize those. And if I really, this is also what I really think. I think it's important to just do it, just like set the time and then wake up immediately. Because certain people talk about like, oh, build it up, you know, like
That's
train your
bullshit.
body by doing. Yeah,
Okay,
they're
let me
like
talk. Let me
move
talk. Let me
forward
talk.
half an hour. Good.
So I think so. Like the advice that like people say that like just build like your tolerance up, like build your sleeping schedule up, like that's bullshit.
Yeah, I
Like
agree.
if you want to wake up at 6, you better wake up at 6. Like just do it consistently. Even if you get like 5 hours of sleep, still fucking do it.
Yeah,
Because let me tell you, so if you sleep at like 1 a.m. and then you wake up at 6, you're like shit. You know, it's like tomorrow I want to wake up at 6. I want to start this new routine, this new habit. Wake up at 6. Sleep those 5 hours. Like fuck it. You lose like whatever. If you sleep like 8 hours a day usually, you lose fucking 3 hours. Like who cares? And then because the thing is, you sleep 5 hours and then like by the time it's like around like I'd say like 10 p.m. The next day, like you're probably way more tired than you were 10 p.m. the other day because you slept only 5 hours. And so the whole idea behind that is like you lose some sleep, but then you're more tired, so you sleep earlier and you wake up on time more. And so yeah,
yeah, and I think it's just you know you just gotta do it. It's like I think people want to make it easy, and so they justify things. And it's like you know, like you said, it's like just get up, even if you have like 1 hour of sleep, and you're like, up at 3 a.m. right now, and I want to get up at 4. Just do it. Like I really think you just need to go and just make the change immediately,
yeah.
because
Honestly, like
otherwise,
if you guys are listening right now and you guys like don't believe us or like are skeptical, like you just try it yourself. I guarantee you, like you will find positive results.
yeah,
So
it's like you know you can half-ass it as much as you want, but like in the end, you know it's going to help you the most to just go and do it. I think you know you can it's like you can lift, I don't know, like let's say 5 extra pounds every few weeks, but like you know if you're not trying to really push yourself and go way out, then like it's not going to really help you that much. You're going to make really slow progress. So I think you just got to like set the time because your body is going to keep adjusting. And so if it's like adjusting to this time and then to this time, your body's just like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, what is going on? But like if you just like throw it way out of whack for one day, and then it's like actually can get into the rhythm a lot sooner.
yeah, drastic change
Yeah.
definitely needed.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, that reminds me. One of the that was what I had done. It was like I was just like one day I'm starting to wake up at 4. nothing's stopping me. And I actually on my alarm, I'd even like written like a little note of like "Don't give up" that I'd see every morning. Um,
And
but
usually, like, so I think disclaimer, like, usually like drastic change, not recommended for most sort of habits you want to get into, just because of how unsustainable it is. But I feel like for this case of like waking up early, I think it's very sustainable because your body adapts much easier.
Yeah, I think it really depends on like what it is, but there is a phrase that goes along the lines of massive change takes massive action, and
Okay.
you've got to take massive action on whatever you want to do. If you want to change your life around, you can start with small things, but like really taking the massive change is what's going to make you really, really change. And so it's like I think that's the kind of stuff that you got to
See,
do.
I think the caveat there is like massive change takes massive action. And so massive action is not like drastic action every day. That is not it. That's not
Yeah.
sustainable. Drastic, I mean, massive, drastic change takes, yeah, so massive action is basically, if you want to be more efficient about it, it's about decomposing that massive action to smaller actions every day you can take to make your life easier.
I think well, yeah, I think like the basic premise is just like, make the change. It's if you want to stop playing video games, you can like cut off half an hour each day and just like, I'm gonna stop doing this. I'm gonna stop, and like maybe in like a month or something, you eventually like completely cut it out. Or you could just be like, I'm just deleting the game and I'm not gonna play it anymore. And like I think if you force yourself, because I was talking about this, like you've got the few seconds where you know what you need to do, you just choose not to do it. It's like in those few seconds, if you're just like, you know what? I'm gonna go delete this because like I've had times where if I was playing a video game or something, at night in the shower, I'd be like, why am I playing all these games? Like I need to stop. And
Yeah,
like
why do
for
you think you're
that,
playing the game, right? Like, why
yeah,
do you think people would play these? So
yeah.
I think like video game addiction is such a touchy subject. There's a lot more nuances than it may seem, but like I feel like with video games, like why do people like fucking still play even though they know they shouldn't, right?
Well, I
Like
think so. Actually, so I
it's
think I think them knowing that they shouldn't is exactly why they play, because you get into a negative feedback loop of I don't like what I'm doing right now, so to escape it, I'm gonna go do something that I can just take my mind off of it, which ends up being video games. And so you just get into a really bad loop of I don't like my life, I'm gonna go run away from it. And it's the same with like alcohol addiction and drugs. It's like you're trying to escape something, so you throw yourself into all of this. And honestly, I think after like my breakup in high school, I did that. It was just with work. And I think I threw myself into work because I didn't have to focus on anything else. And luckily, it ended up being a positive thing. But I think people throw themselves into stuff to take their minds off of like what they don't like in their lives instead of actually taking action
yeah.
to change it.
Yeah, there's that, but I think the main thing is like why go to video games? They could do something else, right? Like so
Well, it's an easy dopamine shot.
there's something compelling about video games. I'll just like say something brief and then we can probably wrap this episode up. Video games like are such a touchy subject, but yeah, I feel like see, I think one of the key things is like if you notice you play video games, like the reason you keep playing is like I think the biggest reason is like you want to keep schooling those noobs, dude, right? Like you want to keep schooling these fucking bad players online, and so like yeah, so it gives you like a sense of authority, a sense of like value. I think like schooling those noobs online, and like also like I feel like if you put in a lot of hours, like I used to like it was so hard for me to quit League because I put in like fucking at least like a couple hundreds or thousands of hours in the game, and like once you invest a lot of time into like a game, like it's hard to quit. Like you just have to play like an hour or 2 hours a day. So there's that too.
Yeah, and I mean, I do think so much of it is we play video games be, because we want to pretend like that's like what we're really living. So like something that's like the game Sims is just super fascinating to me because it's like you're impersonating a a character in like a game that's like living real life, and it's like but you're living that life. And so it's just like I think people try to use video games as an escape most of the time. Obviously you can play for fun. I'm not singing on video games. Honestly, I enjoy them and I kind of hate that I enjoy them, but I do. um, but it's like they're not necessarily evil unless you go bad shit crazy on them. And so I think you got to be definitely careful about them. But they're easy dopamine shots, and so they're really easy to get addicted to. It's the same as like drugs and alcohol. It's those same neural pathways that you're hitting. But I really do
For
think
sure.
that
I think we
people,
need to talk. We should get a psychologist on the show and like
we
actually talk
should.
to them about this stuff.
We talked about this, but like then COVID happened. We ended up not going through. Actually, yeah, that should be what we should do. We should get psychologists on. That'd be
Yes.
fascinating.
Get some
We're
certified
gonna do
medical
that, guys.
advice on this.
Yep, we're gonna do that within the next few weeks.
Hopefully.
No, we'll do it. There's no hopefully.
Okay.
Actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Take our
gonna
word
write
for
this
it.
down.
Take our fucking word for it.
Yep. Get a psychologist. Someone's gonna see that and be like, "What the fuck?" On
Yeah.
okay,
No
yeah.
context at all.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
psychologist.
exactly. Just like what? Like, he's crazy, obviously. But yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a wrap.
Anything
I
else?
think
All
that
right.
is a wrap.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. So yeah, you guys liked it. Yeah, make sure to give us a review. If you loved it, give us a sub so you guys get notified when we
We
post
got
our
it
next
right that
episode.
time.
We have like a pretty like erratic schedule, I think. Well, actually,
Yeah.
we mainly post like Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Well, we
but we
mainly
might-
record then. I don't know if we
Yeah.
necessarily always post
Yeah.
those.
And we always like post the episodes like the same day we record them.
Yeah.
So
And I have all these centrifuge meetings now, so like
Yeah.
most of my days are all fucked up.
yeah, because like all our episodes like these are all uncut. Like everything you listen to is uncut. Like we don't like fucking cut anything out. So yeah, we're always transparent and stuff. Also, oh my god, I totally forgot to mention this in the beginning. We should have mentioned our YouTube channel. So like YouTube channel,
that
check
too.
us out. Yeah, it's called The Mindset Effect. You can go to our Red Circle page and find the link there because you probably won't find us on SEO. You search us up. So yeah, you can see our pretty faces there, and yeah, just check us out on the other podcasting platforms.
Yeah, also I do, so when we release episodes, I also send out emails on my email list. So you can join that too, which is like tinyletter.com/a Gunderman10. And that's also like on all of my
I just go to the Red Circle, click his website, and then you can probably find it there or something.
Yeah. Yeah, or I'll we'll put it in the thing too, in the Red Circle.
Okay, yeah. All right. Peace, guys. See ya.
See ya.